Yo, yo, yo. Happy Monday. What's up, guys? Welcome back to our live stream here on Twitch. I'm your humble host, Phantom Freak, aka Moistmaster Flex. Back once again with the thick behavior. Hope you guys had a good weekend and a good Monday. Good start to your week. I certainly had a good weekend. I was in Vancouver playing a show at Somerville, which is like basically like downtown. I guess like downtown. It's like East Vancouver. But yeah, I was out there with Rhiannon Rose. She's actually still out there visiting her mom and her sister. But I am back home in LA, home sweet home. Yeah, hope you guys had a good weekend, good start to your week. Let's just run through these tunes here real quick. We got this free download here from myself and FubuQ on 3000 Deep. We got Yap from Tombs on my label Thick Freakness. We got Shadow Work, that's a compilation that just came out about a month ago. We got Activator from Tublo. Really thick UK bass tune there. We got... Oh, maybe it's My Friend. My Friend remixes for Rhiannon Rose on 3000 Bass. We got Fresh Cut Freaks. Just came out about a week ago. Newsflash from myself and Chuck Shadow and Lexi on Gold Digger. That just came out about a week ago. And lastly, but not leastly, yo, what's up, Gus? In the House, which will be out this Friday on my label Thick Freakness. Got plenty more tunes coming down the pipeline. I got something on Bite This coming out on September 5th. And then I got something coming out on Garage Shared on September 19th. I think I also have another free download next month. Let me just double check that real quick. Do I have a free download next month? I think I do. Hold on, I gotta check my notes here. Yeah, actually I do have a free download at the end of next month, September 30th. Free download on Garage Shared. So yeah, plenty of tunes coming out in September. As far as shows, this one's actually done. Boom. Our next one we got coming up is our warehouse party on September 13th. Yo, what's up, Misguided? That's Curse of Tongues, myself, The Man's Hot Fire, J-Boy, and Rhiannon Rose. This will be on September 13th. Free show in downtown LA. And then the next show, another show coming up, a festival, not too far from LA, maybe about an hour out. Jesus. Yeah, this festival, Resonance Park, hosted by Inertia. That's going to be November 8th and 9th. Go grab your tickets for that. I also have a show in October, but I'm gonna announce that on Wednesday, and then I'm also playing opening for MPH in Seattle on December 6th. Pretty stoked for that one. Hell yeah. And then lastly here we got our sponsor Eargasm. If you need earplugs for shows, definitely go cop some. Use code Phantom10 for 10% off. All right, we have a fuck ton of submissions today. Let me count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 so far. You got to get to where I'm submitting to labels. I mean, I've heard your music by now, Misguided. I think you're pretty much at that point. You just need to figure out which labels you want to send to. I think you can definitely get there um, very easily. Uh, all right. You guys know the deal. If you've been here before, I take these as they came on the Google form. For those of you who haven't submitted yet, you can still submit right now. Google form, first come, first serve, and you must be in the chat in order to have your song reviewed. If you're not here, I will move you to the back of the line. If you end up coming back in, I'll throw you back in the queue. For any reason you need to skip the line, you are more than welcome to. There's two options for that. You can either use your channel points, or you can send money to the bottom left there. Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, up to you. The amount is totally up to you as well. Oh, just on cue. Yeah. So I'm going to start naming people out just so you guys know where you're at. And yeah, if you aren't here, I'm going to move you to the back of the line. Okay, so first up, we got Bon, King Hong, Young Dare 80. We got Maz, I Love Woman, Six Face, Tomorrow. Haza, your link was broken, so if you are here and you want to resubmit, you are more than welcome to. Criminal Agent, we got Noise 2, Jews Bunny, Wally, Daddy JP, Spencer Arnold, Crossfades, and Misguided. All right, so you guys know where you're at in the queue. Again, if you would like to skip the line, you are more than welcome to. Oh, Misguided, you sent a skip? Where did you send it to? Just so I can verify. Bum, 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 bum. Just so I can verify. Oh, okay. Cash App. Got you. Okay, I guess Misguided will be our first person. And then Gus after that, because Gus is using a skip as well. Whoops. Okay. Any other skips? All right. Any other skips? All right. Cool. All right. So I guess first up, yo, what's up, Zisco? First up, we got Misguided because he used the skip. Then Gus after that because he also used a skip. So yeah, you guys are more than welcome to send in your skips if you want to jump the line. But yeah, this is where we're starting. I don't know about you, but my looks like my internet's like going all over the place. I don't know if I'm still recording or not. I can't really access my Twitch on my phone right now, so I'm trying to figure out if this thing is still going or not. Mixing is better, but yeah, it says that you guys. It says that it. Yeah, it says that it went offline. I don't know if. Okay. Maybe. Okay. I don't know if it's. Did it work now? Okay. I guess it does work now. No, honestly, I don't have any other tabs open except for except for all you guys' music. That's all I have open. So yeah, and it looks like my bandwidth is at green right now. I don't know. It's something just like had like a brain fart right there. Um, but I did listen to the whole track. I don't know. We got some weird, latency streaming issues there, but we are back. Um, I don't know if you guys heard the whole song, but I certainly heard the whole song. This was a banger. I loved it. Really cool intro and sound selection. Really enjoyed the sounds you picked. Everything works really well here. I'm liking the pad in the background of the intro. Really nice way of introducing your leads up in that build section. Really nice drum. The low end is nice. I think in your drop sections, your leads definitely kind of get lost in the mix. Oh, start over? Rewind. Okay, start over from the beginning. So yeah, really dig this tune. Really cool intro and sound selection. I'm liking the pad in the background in the intro. Really nice way of introducing your leads in that build section before getting into the drop. The low end is really nice here. Really nice drums. I do think that the leads in your drop sections kind of get lost in the mix though. This track tends to be a little bit more mid and bottom heavy. So a lot of the top end stuff, your leads kind of fall a little bit short in the mix. So we need some more power on the top end there. Maybe that's just kind of more of like a mixing thing. Where you might just need to like saturate some more of your lead sounds so they kind of pop out more. I really dig this arpeggio you got going on, and then this panning that's going from left to right. I think it's really nice. I love the chords in the break, that second break there. But one thing that I noted here is I think both of your pre-drops kind of need something because they both kind of fall flat. You have this nice build, but right before the drop, it kind of feels like it just rolls into the drop. So it doesn't really feel like a drop. It feels like a continuation of the intro. So what we need there is kind of like more of a silence, so more of a dropout of most of the elements, not all of the elements, but most of the elements. Yeah, it needs a silence, and definitely if you can find a really cool vocal, I would definitely put something in there just to kind of signal that the drop is there. It doesn't have to be anything too crazy, but something that kind of fits the vibe. But yeah, that needs to happen both the first pre-drop and the second pre-drop as well. Other than that, I think the arrangement's super solid overall. Maybe a dog bark. Yeah, actually, kind of fits the theme over here. Yeah, but really, I mean, I only noticed two really major things that needed to kind of be updated. Your leads need to kind of stand out a little bit more in the mix, and then the pre-drop needs to be a little bit more dramatic. But yeah, that's about all I got to say about that. Really dope tune. Good job. Misguided. Hell yeah. Yeah, no problem. All right, next up we have Crossfades, Young Gus. I think I did get another skip from somebody. Let's see here. Francisco Lozano sent monies. I don't know if Francisco Lozano's still here. Francisco Lozano and Crossfades. Well, Crossfades first, but Francisco Lozano sent some money. Oh, Young Zisco sent money. Okay. And I'm assuming you submitted a tune as well. Okay, Huzzah sent a new link. So we can replace that one. Okay. Oh, it's not a skip though. Okay. Well, I mean, you sent money, so I mean, I'm assuming that's going to be a skip. Am I getting kicked? It looks like my latency is doing pretty good. Alright. I don't know, I guess you could... Or are you talking about Crossfades? Do we have Crossfades here? Crossfades in the chat? Okay, stream was good. Alright, Crossfades here. Let's do it. Nice one. Hell yeah, brother. Dude, super. Oh, are you guys in ads right now? Or was that earlier in the track? Do 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 do. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-da. Okay, just got back from ads. Yeah, this is a fucking dope too, man. Super nice vibes. You know, per usual, very nice kick. Love the drums. Super solid low end groove. Overall, the mix is very clean. Nice energy in the build. Very solid drop. Love the ear candy sounds that you picked. Very good sound selection overall. Love the secondary lead that comes in like halfway through the first drop. Very simple but very effective. Definitely keeps the momentum and the energy moving forward. Super solid arrangement overall. It definitely just needs like an outro, of course. When you go to like finish this track, it definitely needs an outro. And really the only other thing I put here was that it probably just needs a more substantial lead vocal. The yo is cool. I think the yo could probably be something could definitely be used. I'm not opposed to the yo vocal, maybe as just like a secondary kind of ear candy thing, but I would definitely try and find some sort of more substantial lead vocal just so this track kind of stands out amongst all the other sorts of tunes like this, you know. Especially when you go to send this to labels and release this, you know, you kind of want to break through all the noise, you know, because there's going to be a lot of, you know, very just like regular old tech house tracks, and you don't want to be another one of those. So try to make your track stand out as much as possible. Get as weird and as fun as you possibly can with it. I think a good barometer whenever you're writing a track is if it makes you smile or makes you laugh to some extent when you're writing it, and it's also catchy, I think you definitely have something good there. Because I mean, the point of this is to have fun and like to kind of you know, make sure that you're enjoying yourself and actually enjoying what you're writing. So I mean, a good barometer is if you can make yourself laugh while writing a track, I think you have something kind of special there. So yeah, yeah, try and find something a little bit more substantial. I like I always recommend, try to use your own vocals. But yeah, that's really all I got for you. I mean, everything else here sounds fantastic. It's a really strong foundation, very solid groove, super dope tune. Nothing but good things to say about this one. Hell yeah, Gus. All right, we got Zisco with a skip. Zisco in the chat. Yo, 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 yo. Zisco, you still? Oh yeah. For funsies.
Move that ass around, move that ass around, Where my freaks that bounce, Where my freaks that bounce, Backroom lit, no count, no doubt. Where my freaks that bounce, backroom lit, no count, no doubt. Bounce, Where my freaks that bounce, Where my freaks at bounce, backroom lit, no count, no down. That's what I'm talking about. Move that ass around, get go scrub the ground. Backroom lit, no count, no down.
That's what I'm talking about. Move that ass around.
Where my freaks at bounce, 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 bounce. Bounce, 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 bounce.
That's what I'm talking about.
Nice one. Hell yeah. Definitely feels like a classic Zisco tune. Kind of feels almost reminiscent a little bit of Lenny Kaiser, however the fuck you say his name. But yeah, definitely, very solid Zisco style tune. Loving the low end here. Lenny Kisser. I'll just play a little bit of some summon. I don't know. Maybe I need to go to like one of his like cool guy sounds. That's a good one.
Like an 808 tom drum. I need one of those clap sounds like ka ka. Put some bass in it.
I'm surprised you've never heard of him. I mean, but then again, this track is like 8 years old. I mean, I'm pretty sure he's still releasing music. I don't know if it still sounds the same. I haven't listened to his new stuff, so it's definitely possible. But yeah, definitely go check him out. I think you would fuck with him. Any hoops. I digress. Yeah, it's super dope tune here, Zisco. Very typical Zisco style. Super solid groove. Loving the low end. Really dope ear candy sounds. There's definitely a lot of variation here. It definitely doesn't get boring in the least bit. There's always something going on, and everything's very cohesive. Everything kind of fits this like theme you got going on here, which is really cool. Dope vocal per usual. I might want to make the vocal stand out a little bit more. Maybe just boost around 300. I would say boost a little bit around 300 hertz, and maybe even saturate the vocal a smidge. I don't know. Play around with it, but I think it needs a little bit more presence. Super solid arrangement. Again, there's lots of variation, so it's really easy to follow along. Very catchy, very hooky. I put here feels very minimal in construction, but very effective use of space and dynamics. I think that's a big point to make here. And then mix wise, everything sounds pretty, clean. I guess the only other thing I would say is probably like make sure you get like a solid master on here, so the track can kind of pop. Because right now it feels like it's kind of low. But I mean, that's an easy fix. I mean, once you get it to like a mastered level, everything's gonna pop because you have everything kind of really well balanced. So really, you just gotta push it and then add some, all the little polish that you do when you master something, saturation, maybe a little bit of width on the top end, like stuff like that. But yeah, the reality is like the mix down is very clean, so you don't need to do a whole lot to that master. Once you have a very solid mix, master is like fucking easy. But yeah, really dope tune. Good job, Zisco. Definitely go check out Lenny Kisser. I think you'll fuck with them. All right, let's keep it moving here. Do we got Vaughn? Vaughn in the chat. Do. Vaughn going once. Vaughn, move your body going twice. Okay, no Vaughn here. Whoops. Okay, we got King Hong. King Hong in the chat. Sweaty walls. King Hong going once. King Hong going twice. Okay, no King Hong. All right, this might move really quick, guys. We got Dare 80, young JJ in the chat. He submitted this late last week, so he might have just forgotten. JJ going once. JJ going twice. Okay, no JJ. Oh, a lot of you guys aren't here today. Do we got Moz? M-O-Z, Moz. Moz going once. Moz going twice. Okay, no Moz. Do we got I Love Woman? I Love Woman. That's me. All right, let's do it.
I could count them if I want to. All these years I've wasted on you. You gave up, I grew up. Now I can't help but wonder, where would I be? What would I do if you weren't there when I needed you? Where would I be? What would I do if you weren't there when I needed you?
Nice. Obviously, this is a work in progress. We only got like the intro, the build, and the first drop, and it sounds fucking fantastic. It sounds really good. Let me look to my notes here. Awesome intro. Love the chords and the respace. Really nice sound selection overall. Really dope vocal. The vocal is really present, meaning that it's very easy to hear and understand, which is definitely what you want for your vocal lead. So overall, really well done on the mixing there. Really nice energy in the build. Nice fake out on the first drop. Definitely wasn't expecting that, and it caught me off guard, which is good. Loving the vocal chops in the drop as well. I think it's really well done. Really nice touch to kind of keep the vocal moving through the rest of the drop section, but also adding in that variation so it doesn't get too stale. I think it's really well done. Loving the filtering on the main bass lead. So we're getting kind of like this opening and closing of your filter on that lead. So we're getting a nice little variations here and there. That doesn't feel very stagnant. It's kind of just like it's opening and closing. So we're getting a nice little movement there, which is really nice. Really nice variations overall. And then you introduce these layers towards the end of the drop. So we get a nice like upward movement, variation, keeping the momentum moving forward. I think it's really well done. Yeah, I mean, I have nothing but good things to say here. I think it's a really well done track. I definitely finish this. That's pretty much my only piece of feedback is finish this track. Write the rest of your break section, your second break section, and then go back into a build and then a second drop. And try to make that second drop even crazier than the first one, if possible. Pretty sure you can do it. It sounds like you have enough space in there to kind of add in new leads and do something really kind of weird and crazy. But yeah, very, very well done so far. Good job. I love Wuman. Yeah, definitely craving a second drop. Definitely wanted me. This track definitely wanted, made me want to hear more, basically. Hell yeah. All right. Do we got Six Face? Six Face in the chat. Six Face going once. Six Face going twice. All right, no Six Face. Do we got Tomorrow? Tomorrow in the chat. Dr. Fresh louder. Tomorrow edit. Tomorrow going once. Tomorrow going twice. Okay, no Tomorrow. All right, do we got Haza? Back to you from Haza. All right, Haza's here. Let's do it. Yeah, that vocal really makes this tune. I really love this vocal here. It works really well. Really nice intro. Loving the vocal and the vocal break. Great job introducing the main lead in your build section in that first build. I noted here your kick feels a little bit lacking. It's not a bad kick per se. I think it definitely has a nice low end to it, but it's not. It doesn't have enough power in the top end. It doesn't like really kind of push through and knock the way I feel like it should, especially for this style. You definitely want something. This one feels like it's kind of like boxy and thumpy, but I need something kind of with like a knock. So something that's gonna have a little bit more top end to it. Same thing goes for your snare. The snare feels a little bit kind of lacking. I would say kind of get something with a little bit more power and a little bit more mid range, so it kind of cuts through the mix a little bit more. So both the kick and the snare could use a little bit of work. Play around with some new samples to see if something has a little bit more power and oomph to it. Other than that, I love the drop sections. I think again, I think you did a really good job of introducing your main lead in your build sections. So yeah, I think the drop sections are actually really well produced and arranged. Because there's this nice separation between that mid bass and the vocals. So you're definitely getting a little bit of both. And I think in the drop section, you definitely want that lead to kind of take the lead, honestly, as far as the mix goes. So in the drop sections, the vocal kind of plays more of like a background role, which I think is really good. I think it's a really good choice, especially for bass line, because I mean that's like your main thing. You want your bass line to kind of stick out more. I put here low end and mid bass are at a good level. I think that's really well done from a mixing standpoint. Vocal sounds nice in the drop. There's also some nice variations that go on in the drop, so it doesn't feel loopy at any point. We're getting some nice progression and layering and changes and all that stuff and all that sort of stuff. Overall, it's a very solid arrangement. This would be perfect for like a radio edit. Maybe consider adding. Yeah, this would be perfect for like a radio edit. And I would also consider maybe adding in a second variation on your second drop. So maybe like some changes to the sound design on the second drop, just so that it feels a little bit different from the first drop and we're getting a little bit more variation and change. But that's really it. I think the main things here, kick and snare need a little bit more power, whether that be you swap out the samples with something that has a little bit more power and oomph, or you process these to kind of give them some more power. Honestly, like swapping them out will probably be the easier thing to do, as opposed to just like throwing on a bunch of processing and trying to make it work. So yeah, just mess around with different samples, see what kind of fits really well in there. And then yeah, maybe some variation on the second drop I think would be great here. But overall, very strong track. Very nice lead, very nice vocal. The vocal is by far like my favorite part here. Good job, huzzah. Hell yeah. All right, do we got Criminal Agent? Criminal Agent going once. Criminal Agent going twice. All right, no Criminal Agent. All right, I believe this is Chris Michael. Usually you send me Dropbox links, so I'm assuming this is you. It's called Noise 2 Synths. Come a little closer. Bootleg. Okay, that's you. Cool. All right, we got Chris Michael up next. After that, Juice Bunny, Wally, Daddy JP, Spencer Arnold, and then a lot of these guys aren't here. Vaughn, King Hong, Dare 80, Moz, Six Face, Tomorrow, and Criminal Agent. If they end up showing up, I'll put them back in the queue. But that's what we got for now. It might be a short stream if these people don't end up being here. But yeah, let's do Chris Michael up first. Oh, Tomorrow is here. All right, we could put you back in the queue here. Let's do it.
Why don't you pull a little closer to me? To me, why don't you pull a little closer to me? To me, darling, pull a little closer, pull a little closer, pull a little closer, pull a little closer, when you find yourself leaning on me, I'll give it strength, let me carry you. When you find yourself leaning on me, why won't you pull closer to me? Pull closer to me, darling. Pull closer to me, closer, closer to me. Why won't you?
Nice, very nice. Good job, Chris Michael. This is a fucking banger. Normally, I don't really care for dubstep too much, but this is a fucking banger for sure. Really nice intro. Love this vocal and this lead. You have this nice interplay between that vocal and that kind of like plucky synth lead that you got going on in the intro. Really nice filtering. I think you did a really good job of kind of playing around with the filter, introducing elements kind of slowly and not so drastically, but kind of pulling them out throughout that whole intro and build section. Really nice reverb and delay on that vocal. It really gives it some really nice depth and space. Love the respace there. Solid intro and build. The drop is fucking fat. Really nice phrasing with the vocal and the mid bass. We're getting this really nice call response thing going on. And they're not really fighting for the same space either, which is also very nice. I think from a mixing standpoint, this is very clean. Your vocal definitely pops out when it needs to, and then all that mid bass stuff, call response stuff, definitely pops out when it needs to. The kick and the snare are very solid. They definitely cut through the mix. And then both drops are super solid. Really strong sound design. I guess my only piece of feedback that I had here is that the second break is very, very, very short. We don't get much of a breather in between the first drop and the second drop. It's kind of just like bing, bang, boom. So yeah, I would definitely consider making that second break build section a little bit more drawn out and dramatic, especially for a vocal that's this kind of has this kind of like emotional content. I think you can definitely play around with some more instrumentation, pianos, that sort of thing. Just something very kind of emo and big. Maybe even some saws. I think some saws would be pretty cool. But yeah, really, that's the only thing I got for you. I think the second build is the only thing that kind of needs a little bit more work to it, a little bit more drawn out, dramatic, tense. Definitely play around with tension. I think you can definitely draw it out at the very least another 8 bars. But yeah, like I think after listening to this first intro break section and then getting this very kind of shortened, condensed version, it just made me want more, essentially. So that's definitely a good thing. Hell yeah. Good job, Chris Michael. Dope tune here. Super solid. Hell yeah. Buzz. Gotcha. We'll revisit the second break for sure. Huge thanks for the feedback, Kairos. Yeah, no problem, man. Super dope tune. Thanks for sending it. Buzz. Juzz is pronounced like Buzz. Okay. Juzz Bunny. Juzz Bunny. Without You. Let's give this tune a listen. Nice. Loving that robot vocal. Gives me like, ow. I got cramped. I did some like bicep curls today, and sometimes my biceps do that. They fucking just cramp up. So I can't bend my fucking arm. But yeah, the vocoder is fucking sick. I was going to say that the robot voice gives very reminiscent of Daft Punk almost, which is very nice. I love this intro. The intro is super dope. There's a very nice progression that goes on. It starts very minimally, and just like slowly every 8 bars are adding like a new element or a new layer or something, and it's this really nice progression overall. Very nice leads, very nice sound selection, really nice hats. Really loving the robot vocal. Love the drop. The sub is super solid. Also, the kick and snare are very solid. I did put here, I do like the sound selection and the sound design overall. There's some really nice ear candy and variations going on. I did put here that some of the phrases on the first drop felt short or long. So I didn't feel like we were getting a full, 16 count or a full 8 count sometimes. Maybe that's just me. I was just kind of thrown off by some of the fake outs. I was so like kind of focused on the sound design that I kind of just wasn't paying attention to the counts. But there was like a lot of fake outs that kind of just like threw me off a little bit too much. so yeah, just something to be mindful of as far as arrangement wise, just so that you know it's a lot easier for the average listener to kind of just like stick to it and not kind of second guess. Because ultimately, I mean, this is dance music. You want to get people dancing, so if you make things too complicated, it's gonna throw people off. Um, yeah, and obviously I wasn't paying attention to the right thing. I should have been paying attention to the actual arrangement and the count. But I mean, just from like a peripheral kind of listening, it kind of felt like some phrases were either too short or too long. So yeah, just something to be mindful of from an arrangement standpoint. Um, the other thing I put here, just like Chris Michael, your second break is extremely short. It's maybe only about 4 to 8 bars at most for that second break. Especially compared to this initial intro, it's like it's very it's very imbalanced. So we got like this very long, pretty much like I would say like 32 bar intro, and then we have like this kind of like very short 4 to 8 bar break. So definitely kind of rebalance that, give that second break more time to breathe, kind of just like chill out, get really kind of silly with theatrics, make it really dramatic. You have like all the elements that you need, because I mean you already basically did that with the first intro. You could just kind of do something very similar for the second break, second build, and then yeah, you can go into that second drop. But overall, very solid sound selection, very solid sound design, very nice low end, very nice kick and drums, really dope vocal. Really, all you need here is just like a stronger arrangement, is what I would say. But yeah, definitely get silly with it for sure. Good job, Juzz Bunny. Hell yeah. Yeah, no problem. All right. Do we got Wally? Wally in the chat. Wally, aka Longboy. Wally going once. Wally going twice. Alright, I didn't expect Wally to be here because he's in the UK, so. Alright, do we got Daddy JP? I love these pictures that Daddy JP puts us. Daddy JP is present. Alright. But yeah, I love this fucking picture here. This is sick. Alright. I'm gonna go pee real quick and then we'll dive right into this one. Hell yeah. Alright. Let me see if I got any new submissions. Oh, we got a couple. We got one from Mincer. I see Mincer in the chat. Excuse me. We got one from Isaac. And we got one from Sly. Would I rather a more finished garage tune or a little more whippy, lo-fi-ish dubstep kind of thing? Honestly, I would say the garage one, to be honest. I'm more of a garage boy myself. All right. Let me just read off the queue real quick. We got Daddy JP up next. Then we got Spencer Arnold. Then we got Tomorrow, Minister, Isaac, and who is this? Sly. So yeah, if you heard the name, just stick around, and you will be coming up shortly. All right, let's give this one a listen.
So tell me what the move is, baby. I think it's movement. Alright, I think you knew this. Make your body prove it. So tell me what the move is, baby. Let's keep it moving. 2-step, flip it, groove it. Show me how you do 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 it.
Dance.
Show me how you do it. 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 So tell me what the move is, baby. I think it's movement. Alright, I think you know this. Make your body prove it. So tell me what the move is, baby. Let's keep it moving. 2-step, flip it, groove it. Show me how you do 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 it. Show me how you do. 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 Show me how you
Dance.
Oh yeah, dude, I'm loving this tune. It's super fucking banging. Really fat low end, really nice hats. Those hats are very crispy. They definitely pop out in the mix too. but not in a way that's like kind of like, you know, piercing. I think they're very clean and very well mixed. It's a nice contrast to that fat low end, having those hats up there. Really nice vocal. I think you did a good job of introducing the vocal as well. Loving the bass, obviously. And you have like these really cool accents towards the end of phrases as this kind of filter kind of opens up more and more and more. Wow, 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 wow. And again, like the chat said, very nice distortion. Nice energy and tension in the build. Really nice pre-drop vocal, that dance. It came out of nowhere, but it works really fucking well. Overall, very solid drop. Actually, both drops are very solid. I love all the ear candy and the layering. And then you did a really good job within the drop, adding in like variations, keeping the momentum going, keeping the energy moving forward. And then you have this nice, really kind of callback section on the last part of the drop where the vocal kind of has its time to shine and play around, which is very nice. Really digging the second break. You add in some kind of new elements. And they definitely feel like they're supposed to be there. They feel very much so in line with the kind of vibe and the theme going on here. Very nice fake drop on the second drop here. And also just very nice second drop. Honestly, I have nothing but good things to say about this tune. I would not change a thing. I think this sounds done. It's a very dope tune. And I think the vocal processing is very well done. So yeah, Daddy JP, I mean, you killed it. You did a great job in this tune. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, brother. All right, young Spencer Arnold. Hell yeah, brother. Ayo. All right, let's listen to this one.
Here come the boom. Here come the bad man. You can hang out with the losers and lames. Me, I can't stand them. Here come the rude boy. We bring the ruckus. You ain't never ever gonna get an all level motherfucker, can't touch us. Here come the boom. Here come the bad man. You can hang out with the losers and lames. Me, I can't stand them. Here come the rude boy. We bring the ruckus. You ain't never ever gonna get an all level motherfucker, can't touch us. We got the heat, we got the bombs, got the beat and we need alarm. Pull out the pin, don't leave the room. Pack out the dance floor, we bring the boom. We got the heat, we got the bombs, got the beat and we need alarm. Pull out the pin, don't leave the room. Pack out the dance floor, we bring the boom. Batman. From the room, we bring the burn. Here come the boom. Here come the Batman. You can hang out with the losers and lames. Me, I can't stand them. Here come the rude boys. We bring the ruckus. You ain't never ever gonna get an all level motherfucker, can't touch us. Who got the heat? We got the bombs. Drop the beat and we need alarms. Pull out the pin, ready the room. Pack out the dance floor, we bring the boom. Batman. Here come the boom. Here come the Batman. You can hang out with the
Nice one, bruv. Hell yeah. It's fucking super banging tune, man. I'm loving the vibes here. The vocal is fucking sick, and I'm also really loving the sound design here. Intro is very nice, really nice kick and drum groove, very solid vocals. The vocal definitely sets this track off in a good way. Really nice processing on the vocals as well. Really digging the mid bass when it comes in. It already has like a solid groove, but then when you get that mid bass coming in, it definitely keeps it kind of like rolling forward. Really nice ear candy and sound selection. Love the build. The drop is fucking sick. I love the sound design, the call and response thing you got going on, especially with the vocal, but also with the mid basses. I do think that both drops could be a little bit longer. They did feel a little bit short to me. Other than that, I do like the arrangement and kind of where it's sitting. But yeah, the drops could both be longer, I think. And then I also put here the second drop. I think you could play around with doing a fake drop right when that one hits. So just like basically pull everything out except maybe the kick and the sub and maybe a little bit of the mid bass. Yeah, I think a fake drop on the second drop would be dope, but definitely make the second drop a little bit longer because it was a little bit short. Maybe both drops, both first and second drops need to be a little bit longer. Only because I mean, and it's a good thing that basically this track made me want more, so that's definitely a good sign. It makes you recognize that you have something really good, something very hooky, almost to the point where it's kind of addictive. You're like, oh, give me more, give me more, give me more, give me more. So yeah, definitely kind of make those two drops a little bit longer. But yeah, this is fucking dope. I mean, whatever you end up doing with this, if you don't get it signed anywhere, definitely send it to me. It's something I would fuck with. I would probably play out live also. So yeah, just yeah, keep, send it over later on, or when you get it more polished and finished. Definitely fucks with it. Good job, Spencer Arnold. Also, I have to reply back to your email. Sorry, I was in Vancouver, Canada mode, so I wasn't able to get to a lot of emails and messages. So yeah, I'll be able to do that either tonight or tomorrow. I also have to send a whole compilation to distribution too, so lots of shit that I have to fucking catch up on. All right. Do we have Tomorrow, international DJ, Mr. Worldwide? Yo, what up, Tomorrow? Let's do it.
The chemistry is brilliant. It's something that we're feeling. There's nowhere you can hide. It's gonna get louder. We're gonna get stronger. We're gonna feel better. You can tame this energy inside. It's gonna get. We're gonna energy inside. It's gonna get louder. We're gonna get.
Nice, dude. I'm really digging this. It definitely has like, big room kind of vibes. Especially with all the energy you got going on in the builds, and then the drops are really sick. Yeah, obviously, yeah, of course, yeah. It's a whip for sure. We just really only have like an intro and a first drop here. But yeah, I think you definitely have a really solid idea to start with here. Definitely needs to be developed further, but I think you have a very solid idea going on here. I love this vocal. To me, it feels a little bit thin. I would consider layering it up, maybe adding on a doubler, and kind of boosting a little bit of the mid lows, just so that it feels a little bit more thicker and fuller. Because the vocal is very nice. I think it just needs some more processing to it. Very nice chords and saws you got going on. I'm digging a lot of the sound selection. I do think that the sub riser in the intro is a little bit too loud. It kind of starts to overpower all the other elements, including the vocal. The same goes for the snare build in your intro. Oh, that's just itchy. Okay. When it's done, let me know when it's done. Done. Back. Tomorrow, are you back? Do. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, back from the ads. Okay. So, as I was saying, the sub riser in your build section is a little bit loud. It starts to overpower some of the other elements in your build section, including the vocals. So that I would definitely consider bringing that down in the mix a little bit. The same goes for your snare build. The snare build gets a little bit too loud and a little bit distracting compared to like some of the other elements in your build section. So yeah, just make sure everything's kind of like balanced and leveled out a little bit. So the vocal definitely has a little bit of time to shine, and you're not losing the vocal fidelity and a lot of that tension in the build. I love the sub in the drop section. Really cool sound design. I do think that your kick is a little bit too thumpy, especially for this style of bass music. I think it needs to have more punch to it, so it's cutting through the mix. I think your snare is actually really nice in contrast, but the kick definitely needs to kind of punch through a little bit more. I actually noted here, I actually kind of preferred the sound design in the second half as opposed to in the first half of the drop, but that's just, honestly, that's just personal preference. Both of them definitely work, and they're actually really nice complements to each other. So it's always nice to have variation, and you definitely do have variation here in your drop section. So I think that's very well done. And really, I only said that because that's just personal preference. I'm really just, you can take that any way you would like. I think it's very well done, despite really dope sound design. The last portion of this first drop, the last like 8 bars, I think it would be a cool idea to start reintroducing some of those chords and then the full vocal phrase again, just so that we start to get a taste, and you can kind of ease yourself into your second break very easily. So if you start introducing those chords, maybe even just like filtered, I think it would start to kind of ease you in to your second break much easier. Even, especially if you add in the vocal in a more full length capacity. So like more full phrases instead of just like little chops. That's just an idea. Obviously you're going to develop this out further. So you're already kind of on a good path as far as arrangement goes. So definitely just keep doing what you're doing. And yeah, just basically main feedback is finish this. Finish your tune. Good job tomorrow. Hell yeah. Do I accept remix whips? Yes, I prefer whips of all kinds. Private SoundCloud is definitely preferred. Okay. Ba-ba-bum, ba-ba-bum. All right. No problem. Do we have Minister? Minister is here. All right. This is a short one here. We got a whip, but yeah, let's give this a listen.
Something is weighing me down, deep within the ocean tides. I feel it pull me, dragging me under. Something is making me drown, deep within the cold of night. I feel it hold me. You take me higher, higher than I've been before. Show me your desire. I could never be the one. I could never be the one. You let go of everything I touch. You let go, you're falling out of love. Won't you tell me what it was? I could never be the one.
Nice, dude. I love these chords you got going on, and they have like a really nice gate on them. So they have like basically they just have groove built into them, which is very nice. Also, this vocal is super dope. I love this vocal. Yeah, overall very good sound selection, very good song choices, and very good sound design. Really nice layering and progression overall. So we're kind of getting this nice kind of build up, adding in new elements, kind of stacking things on top of each other. So we're getting this nice pull forward and energy and momentum, moving things forward. Very solid kick. It definitely cuts through the mix. Very good sound selection on the drums, hats, snares. They all sound great. Obviously, this is a whip, but the main thing I would mention here is that basically this all feels like intro. It all feels like the intro to the tune. What we need is like basically like a kind of like a drop section, something that's kind of like very kind of meaty and substantial, something that you can kind of like stick onto and groove out to a little bit. Because like I said, this all feels like you're kind of introducing us to something, but it needs like a payoff, essentially, is what I'm getting at. So yeah, you're building up everything very nicely. We just need a payoff, is what I'm getting at. And I think if this is an hour challenge, I think what all you have right here, it sounds fantastic. And I'm not going to discourage you. I'm going to say keep doing what you're doing, and try to build us, a really nice drop section, because you have a very strong foundation and you have like very solid elements here. So yeah, just keep doing what you're doing, and I think you're gonna make a really dope tune here. Hell yeah, Minister. Good job. Hell yeah, brother. All right, do we got Isaac? Isaac in the chat. Isaac going once. Oh, Isaac's here. Cool. All right. All right, this is a longer tune. Okay, I'm gonna actually go pee one more time, and then we'll dive into this. We got Isaac up next, Sly, Our Eyes, and then Stonely. All right, let's do it.
Going up. Going down. Going up. Going down. Going up. Going down.
Nice. Yeah, this is a dope one. Super minimal, very very quirky, um, ear candy and sound choices. I think it's a really really cool kind of minimal techie kind of tune. Alright said this could be a creative suggestion, but could be cool if when it said going up, pitch the track up a semitone. Then when it goes back down, you can go back down a semitone or something similar when the where the vocal has importance in the tune. Actually, that's kind of a really cool idea. And I think where you can kind of implement that is you have that kind of rhythmic, boop 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 boop. I think what you can do is basically automate your pitch, so it's like going up, boop 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. And it's like when it's going down, you could basically do the same thing. Just automate the pitch going down. I think that'd be really cool because it would add like a nice little variation and change up in that element. I think having it introduced in the intro is really fucking cool. And then when you say going up and going down, then you can just go play around with that pitch automation, and it would add like a nice little variation and change up, and also kind of just give it this nice little energy kind of change. Yeah, really nice low end, really quirky ear candy noises. Everything felt a little bit random, but in a way it really kind of works. You have like these kind of like big bell sounds, you have like the little like elevator dings, you have like all these like kind of like really kind of quirky sounds, but I think they all kind of really work, surprisingly. Very nice kick and very nice clap, super solid groove in the drop, very nice hats. I put very minimal kind of sounding, but I think you did a really good job of adding in layers and kind of like keeping a progression going, so it didn't get loopy at all. There was enough variation in there so that it felt like things were still moving forward and things were still kind of progressing overall. Yeah, I don't listen to too many kind of like minimal style tracks, but from what I heard, everything here sounds great. And I would definitely recommend playing around with what All Rise recommended. I think that'll definitely kind of elevate this track. It's already sounding really good, but yeah, I think adding in that little tweak, I think that'll kind of elevate the track even more. Hell yeah, good job, Isaac. Super dope tune. Nice one. All right, do we have Sly in the chat? Yo, what's up, Ravioli's Hangout? Elevate the track. Honestly, that was not even intentional. I think I was just in the mood, you know? I was just feeling saucy and silly. All right, do we have Sly in the chat? Sly going once. Yeah, no problem, man. Sly going twice. Ravioli's Hangout. What's your artist name? Criminal Agent. You indeed got pushed back. All right. So we got All Rise, we got Stonely, we got Etudes, and Criminal Agent. All right. Let's power through these. I got some other stuff, music stuff to take care of after this, so let's try and power through these.
Back when I was a young boy looking for meaning, hoping and dreaming, I didn't change much. I stayed the same, love. We're dancing under the starlight. We only met twice. That was the best night. We didn't change much. We stayed the same, love. Like. catch me, I'm falling if you wanna ask me now. Back when I was a young boy looking for meaning, hoping and dreaming, I didn't change much. I stayed the same, love. Dancing under the starlight, we only met twice. That was the best night. We didn't change much. We stayed the same, love. Like
Hell yeah, what a fucking banger, man. I'm loving this. Really dope vocal. Overall, really nice chord progression. And very solid arrangement. Everything was very easy to kind of follow along. Love the intro. Really nice strings. Those strings, like, I don't know what it is about those strings, but I fucking love them. Both in the intro and in the second break. They're very nice. A very nice addition. Even though they're kind of more like a supporting role, they're kind of like in the background. I think they definitely add this nice like ambiance and kind of like tone to the track. So it gives us this kind of like emotional depth, you know? Very moody. Nice filtering on the drums. Very solid vocal. Really love the Reese and the low end and the drop sections. Obviously, this isn't like a very kind of typical sort of dance track. I think it's more vocal based, which isn't a bad thing in the least. It's definitely something you more along listen to probably in the car, and the fact that this is on an album makes a lot of sense to me. It just makes me think about like what other tracks you might put on an album with this. You know, you might have a mix of like really dancey stuff that's more kind of like storytelling, like this very kind of emotional. So yeah, I think this definitely would be a nice addition to an album. Really nice chord progression. The vocal fits really well here. Really nice layering and variations. I did put here your snare is a bit thin for me. I think with respect to the rest of the mix, it starts to kind of get dug underneath a little bit. Obviously, it's way more audible and present in the kind of break sections because there's not a whole lot else going on. But when you get into the drop sections, it's competing with a lot of the other elements. So yeah, that's just something to consider. The snare gets a little bit thin, so maybe consider boosting it up with a little bit more saturation, or just layer a secondary clap on it so it gets a little bit more. So it sounds a little bit more full and has a little bit more power to it. Yeah, I think it has the snare has a really nice tone to it. Definitely more body. That's definitely the word I was looking for. So the snare itself has a really nice tone to it, but I think adding a secondary layer will give it more body for sure. Again, I really love the strings. Very solid arrangement. And again, the vocal is very nice. Yeah, really, that's all I had for you. Is really the snare. Probably just use a little bit more body. But yeah, this is a really dope tune. Good job, Our Eyes. Hell yeah. Super dope tune. All right. Do we have Stonely in the chat? Stonely, Etudes, Criminal Agent. Stonely is here. Let's do it. And then up on the deck is Etudes and Criminal Agent.
The Sugar Boy.
What you know about love, what you know about pain, what you know about drugs, that you know I'm insane. No, I'm insane. I don't need no love from you. Just need self-love. Who is you? Fucked up in a mood, just to fuck up with no clue. I don't need no love, I don't need no friends, I don't need no one. I just need self-love. Need self-love. I don't need no love, I don't need no friends, I don't need no one. I just need self-love. Need self-love. And I don't know what to do, but you know that I really am my own, and you know that I really get on. I'm the pain, yeah, I leave it alone. Everything feels like it's the same. Even when I change, it doesn't go away. Can't get out of my head. Can't you tell I'm feeling dead? If you feel me, let me know. What you know about love, what you know about pain, what you know about drugs, that you know I'm insane. No, I'm insane. What you know about love, what you know about pain, what you know about drugs, that you know I'm insane. No, I'm insane. I don't need no love from you. Just need self-love. Who is you? Fucked up in a mood, just to fuck up with no clue. I don't need no love, I don't need no friends, I don't need no one. I just need self-love. Need
Nice. Very, very sort of emotional and moody, but I mean, it's really cool. I think it's really well written from like a lyric and songwriting standpoint. Definitely kind of hits you in the feels, which is really good. I think you definitely want that for this kind of style of tune. Love the intro, really solid sound selection. Loving the chord progression here, as well as the sounds you picked to kind of set up your theme and your tone. The vocal is very nice. I really dig the vocal, and again, I really like the lyric and songwriting here. Dope kick beat, and overall really nice drum beat. Overall, there's some nice swing and kind of push pull with that drum beat. The vocal is dope, along with the layering and the processing on the vocal. The only thing that I would probably change on this track is just how you mix the vocal. I think right now it feels like it's a little bit further back. I would probably mix this vocal a little bit more front and center, just so that we can get a little bit more presence out of that vocal. After all, it's definitely the lead here. It's definitely like kind of like the standout element, so it definitely should be a little bit more front and center. But that's the only thing that I would probably change about this track. Everything else sounds fantastic. Especially mix wise, everything else sounds really fucking good. Everything sounds very balanced. The arrangement's very solid. I love the overall tone and the mood and the quality of it. The arrangement's very solid. It was really easy to follow along. Yeah, like I said, the only change that I would make is just make the vocal a little bit more forward. That's really it. But yeah, this is a really well-written tune, both lyrically and songwriting standpoint. Actually, I wrote this down here. I actually ran down here because I was trying to see if the lyrics were here, but yeah, I don't. Are these the lyrics, or is this just like a kind of just like a description of the track? Either way, I think it's a really well written song, both instrumentally, arrangement wise, and lyrically. I think it's really well written. Any hoops, good job, Stonely. Very dope tune. Really digging the vibes here. Hell yeah. All right, do we have Etudes? Etudes, Criminal Agent, and then Sabby Ghost. Sabby Ghost will be the last one of the night. I need to get some shit done, so I am closing submissions, but Sabby Ghost will be the last one. Okay, Etudes is here, but he has a ad playing. Hell yeah, thanks for the follow. Just FYI, I am closing. I've already closed submissions, so these are the last 3 tracks of the night. Etudes, Criminal Agent, and Sabby Ghost. But I am here every Monday, so literally every single Monday. I'm same time, same place, always here. But yeah, let's go with Etudes' tune here.
Time was never really on our side. We never got a chance to try, and now we have to say goodbye. Strange how everything gets in the way. They tell you love is all it takes, but do you think it's true tonight? 'Cause I don't wanna walk away. Tell me something's here to save, that we can find it at the start, like starlight in the dark. Even if it's not right now, we'll find our way back somehow. When all of my steps start to fade, our love can be. The only one I ever knew, who made a crazy dream come true, that I won't ever leave behind. Stay, tell me nothing's gonna change, that love is really all it takes, and we're never giving up the fight. 'Cause I don't wanna walk away. Tell me something's here to save, that we can find it at the start, like starlight in the dark.
Very nice, dude. Fucking sick. Like, just a really fucking massive drop. And I think these vocals are very effectively put to use. Obviously, this is a remix. I haven't heard the original, but I think you're doing a really, really good job with the elements that you do have. I also don't know how much of the original that you're actually using here, but everything that you've kind of built, as far as from sound selection to sound design, and like just like your chord progressions, I think everything is very well put together. Very nice chord progression and vocal. Really nice tone and mood overall. Just vocal stem and instrumental stem. Okay, cool. Really solid build and tension. You do a good job of playing around with tension and energy and in these break and build sections. I think it's particularly easier to do when you have a really solid vocal. But you could have a really, really solid vocal and just have like a really shitty build. But clearly, that's not the case here. You have a really solid vocal and a really, really good build. So a lot of really nice energy being played around with here. Very nice tension, which is exactly what you want. And then the drop is humongous. Really big saws, really nice sound design. And then the vocal plays really, really nicely in the drop sections. Obviously, the vocal kind of takes like a back seat in the drops, and that's kind of what you want because you kind of want that sound design to kind of be more front and center in the drop sections, and then in your break builds have the vocal be more of a star role. So I think that's really well done from a mixing standpoint. Very solid low end in the drop sections. I think. Oh yeah, and then also really solid arrangement overall. It was a really easy track to follow along with. Nothing felt like loopy or boring. Everything there's some nice variations, nice changes, nice progressions throughout the entire track, and a very nice flow. The only thing that I probably would be mindful of, because the reality is I don't listen to enough of this style, which I guess would be kind of along the lines of just like future bass, almost. It's like future bass-ish. I don't listen enough to enough of this music to like have the know-how and the ins and outs of the genre. So definitely take my feedback with a grain of salt. But what I do know from bass music is that the kick and snare need to kind of be very prominent. And I think the snare is definitely cutting through the mix, but the kick definitely seems to... I feel like the kick kind of needs to punch through a little bit more, especially for this style. And yeah, that's really the only thing that I heard. I think everything else here sounds fantastic. From a songwriting standpoint, from a sound design standpoint, and from an arrangement standpoint. Everything sounds fantastic. Yeah. Really, the only thing that I heard is probably that kick. The kick just needs to cut through a little bit more. Needs more punch. Needs more saturation, potentially. But yeah, super dope tune. Really, really solid vocal and really nice energy here. Good job, Etudes. Hell yeah. All right, last two of the night. Do we have Criminal Agent? AKA Ravioli's Hangout. Time for mine. Time for yours indeed.
Destruction.
Nice. Not bad for just 1 hour. Honestly, like if you're able to do this in 1 hour, it's actually really fucking sick. Obviously this is still a whip, but I think you're on like a really nice path. Really strong foundation here, and I think the sound selection is very well done. The main idea is like all there. I think this needs to just be developed out a little bit further, but again, it's a very strong foundation. Very solid idea to start with. Overall, very nice sound selection, really nice clap, really nice kick. It's definitely what you want to hear from techno. Very nice progression and layering overall, so we're definitely getting this nice progression throughout the entire arrangement. Really sick rave stabs. I love the rave stabs absolutely here. I think you did a good job with your build sections as well as the pre-drop. We're getting this nice like dropout of sounds, and the pre-drop definitely has this nice contrast so that when the drop comes in, it's like full force, and boy, when the drop hits, it's a fucking drop. Really digging the tempo here. It's really speedy, and I love that. Very solid groove from the kick and the bass line. I put, yeah, not bad for 1 hour of work. I think it's, you know, you're on a really good path here. Very solid arrangement overall. What I might include is probably, you know, what I would like to hear is more transitional effects. So, you know, some like risers as well as some white noise stuff between sections. And I think you could also make your drop sections a little bit longer. Especially for techno, this feels like quite a short song. So definitely, I think it needs some more work as far as the arrangement goes. So you can definitely make this track longer. I think for any kind of ideas, I would kind of just use your kind of like some of your favorite techno tracks as like references and see kind of like what other artists are doing in their arrangement. You can always add in some rides to kind of keep the energy and the movement going forward. So maybe like an 8-bar section with rides in it. But yeah, I don't know enough about techno to kind of give you too much creative ideas. But yeah, definitely listen to some references to kind of get some more ideas, because you're already on a really good path. It's just about a matter of developing this out further and making it kind of like a really complete sort of song and arrangement. But yeah, really dope tune, really dope idea, Criminal Agent. Digging the vibes here. Hell yeah. All right, this is gonna be our last one of the night. Let's crack at this and then call it quits.
Cool.
Nice one. Super thick sound design here. I don't listen to a whole lot of dubstep, but I can always appreciate sound design in a lot of dubstep tunes. It's pretty wild. Love the intro and the chord progression. I think the sound selection is very well done here, both from like a drum sample standpoint as well as like a lot of the other instrumentation that you picked. I think everything works really well together. Really nice energy and tension in the builds. The drop is fat. Really nice low end. Really dope ear candy. I think he did a good job with the kick and the snare. They definitely cut through in the mix. The sound design is fucking wild, for sure. Definitely digging the sound design here. From an arrangement standpoint, everything's here pretty solid. With the exception is I would probably lengthen out that second break section. Right here. You can probably see my cursor. The second break section. It just feels a little bit short. It doesn't give the listener enough time to breathe before diving back into the build and the second drop. So I would just consider making that second break a little bit longer, playing around with some energy and tension, get kind of moody with it. I mean, and it wouldn't be that difficult to do because you already have pretty much all the elements you need to do that. You have these like really nice chords in the intro, so you can go ahead and like kind of play around with those a little bit more in the second break. And then the second drop is dope too. Really nice pauses, nice variations, and then also nice ear candies to kind of keep it different and separate and interesting enough so it doesn't feel too like copy pasta from the first drop. Yeah. Yeah, really dope tune, Sabi Ghost. Hell yeah. All right. As promised, that is the last one of the night. But as I said, I will be back again next Monday, same time, same place, 7 p.m. here on Twitch. Thanks to everybody who joined in the stream and submitted tunes. Go follow me on all the things. I will be back next week. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your Monday night, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your week.